Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, brought to you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Wrestling with Savage. I'm live, and I'm here with Jay. We're about to make it happen. Jay, what's going on, man? How was your day? How was your weekend? Happy Father's Day. I hope you had a good one. What's up, man?
I was just making it happen.
Make it better. Make it better. Is that? I'm guessing that's your statement for Monday Night Raw tonight? Make it better? You just want to make it better?
No.
No? You want to make it worse? Should we make it worse? I think we can make it worse.
I think we should cancel it.
Cancel Monday Night Raw. Wow. WWE Monday Night Raw was an interesting show tonight. It's coming to you live from Nebraska. I actually had a good time with the show. I didn't think it was completely as good as I thought it was going to be, but we had our moments. We did have some surprises. We open up Monday Night Raw with Bianca Belair saying, "Please welcome to the freshest show on TV. Sorry, I have to break this to you, but Rhea Ripley won't be medically cleared in time to compete at Money in the Bank." Were you surprised by this, Jay? I was pretty surprised. I didn't hear nothing about this all day or, any news about it, so.
Yeah, I was very surprised.
Did you care? Or not really?
Of course, I mean, did I want to see this crap that you're about to mention coming in the feud? No. I'd rather see what everybody wanted to see, Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair.
Yeah, that would have been a good match, and we're probably going to see it down the road, but we don't even know. They didn't say anything really what happened.
No.
We didn't even see...
I got my sources out there checking.
We didn't see nothing from Judgment Day tonight. So if you're watching this to hope that you get an answer for Judgment Day, the closest thing you're going to get to it was the AJ segment. And even there, we didn't get many answers. But we got other questions now. We'll get into that later. Raw opens up with a Fatal 5 match between Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Carmella, Asuka, and Becky Lynch. And this is going to be for the #1 contender to replace Rhea Ripley. So when this match started, who did you think was going to win?
I think it was pretty obvious, the winner of tonight. I mean, we just need a horse to just kind of fill in the void to this Money in the Black match. So I'm not really surprised at the outcome, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was kind of expecting it.
We had a, pretty bad segment where all the ladies come out, they're talking to Bianca. Becky comes out, says, "Bianca, there's only one contender, it's me, blah, blah, blah." I'm not even going to read all this back. Asuka comes out, she does her whole ha, big time baby. She really went hard tonight with that whole big time baby bullshit.
All I'm going to say is one thing. The women's champion, when she came out, I was not feeling the intro Monday to Raw from her, nothing.
Nah, I don't know. Yeah, I can see that. The energy level wasn't as high as it could have been.
Shit.
At all. I don't know. And she's saying a lot of the same stuff. It's a lot of rinse and repeat. There's nothing original. You're not really letting us know anything new about you. It's just always the same. EST, best this, best that. Nobody's faster, stronger, blah, blah. It's always the same shit. There's nothing original coming out of Bianca's mouth right now. And this match was, the only good thing about the match was the ending. I'm going to just tell you right away. Carmella won the match with a nice super kick right to the face of Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan, to me, looking at her in the ring tonight, it looked like she was just so happy when she didn't mess up on a spot. You could see that smile on her face, "I did it, see? I did it. I can keep up with you girls." I don't like her attitude in the ring. I think it's shit. She deserved to get kicked in the face. She deserved to lose the match tonight. I was kind of not surprised by the outcome because obviously, as we know, Monday Night Raw's Corey Graves, has probably some kind of influence. Now, obviously, Carmella's not going to win this match, right? There's no way she's going to beat Bianca. But what do you think? Not a shot, right?
Just a fill-in. Just a filler.
But either way, it's a spotlight, It's a money match. She's going to get paid more money because of this match. So you got to figure Corey had maybe a little kind of something.
At this point, it gotta be. At this point, could be the janitor in fucking arena. I don't know.
It was kind of wild. Okay, anyway, then we get the match. Comes up next, back from commercial. Like I mentioned all the competitors earlier. We see Liv and Alexa doing all kinds of crazy spots. They were rolling around in the ring. They were staying connected in certain things, making it look like a cannonball. They're rolling around. That was kind of like actually innovative. But very premeditated. You knew they worked on that really hard before the match, and all for nothing because at the end of the night they're still gonna both end up fucking losing. So big deal if you're fucking rolling around the ring as a cannonball because you want to do some kind of a spot that you worked out in the middle of the fucking day at some point. I wasn't too impressed by this spot. Did you know? You obviously know the spots I'm talking about. What did you think of all that nonsense?
You mean the Bliss and Morgan?
Yeah. When they started off the match back from commercial.
I thought it was a waste. I thought it was a time filler. I thought it was a joke to wrestling all over, no matter what promotion you work for, from the indies all the way to here. I mean, what the fuck, man? Did we really just pay our hard-earned money to see this bullshit for 10 minutes?
Well, we didn't pay a damn thing. Come on.
Rolling.
It was bad. I'll give you that. It was bad.
It was horrible. It was a shit show. And you're telling me the other competitors were just knocked out?
Well, that's what I didn't get. When we come back from commercial, we don't really know anything that happened. They don't show us any replays. Horrible. They don't shut up any context. And the fact that they go to commercial when the match starts is kind of like automatic disrespectful to the match because you're not going to set the tone for us even before going off and making your money with these advertisements. You're right away just going to fucking shove ads down our throat. We're going to come back to this bullshit fucking circus spot that is all meaningless in the end because neither of these two ladies are going to go on to win. Carmella in the end, her promo was good. She came out, she shitted on fucking Liv Morgan. She shit on her real fucking hard. Liv looked like she didn't even know what to say when she came back. The crowd even popped for her, which I was kind of surprised. I guess there's some Liv fans in Nebraska. I didn't appreciate that shit because there was nothing to pop for. I don't know what the fuck they were popping for. That shit was trash. The match was trash. Like I said, Carmella wins with a super kick. Big fucking deal. I don't know. After the match, we see Becky crying. She's crying to Adam that this happened again. I should be champion, blah, blah, blah. What did you think of the match? Were you rating the match even? Honestly, I didn't even rate the match. Like, I didn't even rate it.
First of all, I don't think anybody here that's watching the show would rate this match. It was a piece of shit from the beginning. It was a piece of shit segment when it started. There was nothing remotely interesting, and I'm going to tell you the reason why. The reason why, repetitive. And you're going to hear this word a lot from me tonight, repetitive. We've seen all these women fight in 3-man, 6-man, whatever you want to call it, one-on-one, tag team. It's annoying, it's repetitive, it's horrible, it's an embarrassment to wrestling what I just seen for the intro of Raw, which is a new era, aka supposedly going on, and it's the same shit. So there's no rating, Kudos to Carmella, you get it back, but is it really worth it at the end when you get shitted on in a week?
Yeah, probably not. Like I said, I wasn't too surprised with the way the match went. After I saw her promo and the way she dumped on Liv, I said, well, she actually has a real shot to win this. And she did win, so that's what we're going to see at Money in the Bank. You're going to see Carmella. Melee's Money. Carmella Graves' Boo is going to be taking on Montez Ford's Boo. And Bianca's probably going to retain. After this, like I said, we go to commercial. We come back from commercial. Actually, during the commercial, which was real disgusting, the commercial actually opened up with the worst wrestler on NXT, the Don of NXT, Tony D, versus Carmelo Hayes tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. They want to let us know that the worst wrestler on NXT is going to be on TV tomorrow. Back from commercial, like I said, Becky's still crying. And she says she's on the poster. Adam says you have to earn it. Becky says earn it. Adam says fine. Yeah, tonight you and Asuka, the winner, gets Money in the Bank, which I was like, oh, fuck. Again, we've seen these girls fight like to close out Raw almost 3 weeks in a row now. Like some crazy shit like that. Like, enough already. Enough already. Enough already. Enough. We have to see it again? It was actually a good match. We'll talk about that match later tonight because it was the main event. It actually was a good match, but I wasn't happy about it when it was announced. Because I was like, I want to see something fucking different. I want to see Brock. Where's Brock Lesnar? You got Brock coming out on SmackDown only? Come on, man. Come on, man. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. McMahon. Mr. McMahon comes out, walks to the ring, live and in living color, says thank you. Tonight marks the 1,517th edition of Monday Night Raw. The fans are cheering. They're all like, woo! He says, which makes this the longest running show ever in the history of television. And for that, I say thank you. Raw has been on the air for almost 30 years, and for 20 of those 30 years, next week you're going to see the greatest superstar of all time, John Cena. He basically came out just to hype up John Cena. If you ask me, Jay, he actually looked a little drunk. And did you see at the end, he jumped off the stairs, but they cut the camera off. Did you notice that? Like, Vince looked like he was having a good fucking time out there. And this was, for me, first of all, what'd you think of Friday? Because you weren't available for SmackDown. So, real quick, tell me what you thought of his promo, or whatever that you want to call it, on Friday. And what did you think of tonight? The floor is yours. Vince McMahon.
Just collecting my thoughts here on all this.
Hashtag Vince McMahon. Vinnie Mac.
I got a deeper meaning to it. I'll start off with the SmackDown when he came out. Obviously, he gypped the whole world into believing we were going to hear something. Instead, we didn't hear shit, but I kind of read a deeper meaning into it. Just basically letting us know he built this baby from the ground up when he bought it from his dad, how he built it all by himself, how he made it public, how he made a lot of money for his shareholders, for a lot of people that invested, including himself, his family. Then, now, together, forever is just basically, it's me against the whole world. I think it was a very strategic plan on all the McMahons, from Stephanie to Vince. The way she stepped down, I think this was all set up because of, it being bad news and it affecting the stock prices on certain people that have, shares in this. You don't want to make really, really bad headlines. I think they did it perfectly. It was strategically done. Stephanie steps down, and all of a sudden you hear McMahon, and then all of a sudden Stephanie's back on. I mean, it's genius. A lot of people were blowing up my phone this weekend saying, oh, it should be Shane. Shane is this. No, you're really, really stupid for thinking that, because Stephanie's breathed this business, first of all, every single day with her dad. Why Shane wasn't around most of the time? Let's be honest. The last 5 years, Shane has not been around on an everyday business to business.
Well, Shane, Shane's not even part of the conversation at this point. Right, let's be honest.
Right. Stephanie wore all the hats, so it makes perfect sense. But as going into tonight with the promo, he's just letting us know once again, it's Vince versus everybody. Everybody's coming at him. This investigation. He's letting us know. I don't really think it hyped John Cena, because
he's gonna have plenty of fall guys, bro. So nothing's gonna really come back at him for this investigation, in my opinion.
But look, I don't give two rat shits. I don't want to even see him again because of what has been going on in the TV the last few months. But let's face it. I mean, we basically saw the same shit. He's just basically let us know it's him against everybody that's coming at him. I built this baby from the ground up. I'm going to be on my show no matter what you say about me, no matter what allegations. I don't give a rat's ass. I'm doing what I want. I was not hype on John Cena when he sold it. I thought that's just complete bullshit. And you know what? I expect this to be dragged till next Monday, to be honest. I expect to see Vince again either Friday or Monday, or maybe both.
Tonight, I thought was a shoot from him. I thought he came out and really didn't know what he was going to really say, and he just kind of winged it. And he just said, you know what, I'm going to just go out there, do my usual cheap pop, thank everybody for Raw, episode 15-17. That was kind of awkward that he mentioned that, right? Because he didn't mention what episode of SmackDown it was. It wasn't like this was a historic episode of Raw. It was just 15-17. It wasn't 1500 or 1600 or anything crazy like that. So I felt like it was just kind of fucking random, but it shows you where he is. For him to even know what number episode this is, and just letting you know, this is my 1,517th episode of Raw. I have been here for all 1,517 episodes of Raw, and this is my fucking show, and you can go fuck yourself, and I'm not fucking going anywhere, because we're fucking together. We're together forever. Then and now. Then and now.
It very professionally, so.
Oh yeah. But I think we're gonna get some good moments out of this, because no matter what happens, they're gonna get good PR, and they're gonna get more people watching and tuning in, because we don't know when Vince is gonna randomly fucking show up. At this point, he's 100% ratio for showing up. And I'm betting money he'll be back for fucking SmackDown, and he'll be back for Raw, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see him on motherfucking NXT tomorrow night, man.
Alright, let's not dream that far.
You would really be surprised if he came out on NXT?
I wouldn't come out.
I wouldn't be surprised. But you know what is the good news about all this, though? What if now Triple H can at least take over NXT again? That would be a big help.
I don't know.
It's in the realm of possibility. It's a lot
different now.
Maybe not now. Maybe like in 6 months or something after he gets situated. Because you're right. This is all strategic. They're all doing things a piece at a time. So this way the blowback isn't so bad. And that the ratings, and not only the ratings to them don't even matter as much as the stockholders. As long as the stockholders don't freak out and dump all the stock, they're gonna like be happy. So that's why they're doing all this one phase at a time to show the stockholders, see, everything's still working. WWE, we're still good. We're still making money. Blah blah blah.
I see it differently than you.
No, that's what it is, though. That's what it is.
I don't think so.
100%. It's you just said the same thing. You just said it's strategic.
I think. Well, everybody here that's watching the show is just missing the bigger picture. WWE is in danger, period. From matches to booking to production to Vince to Laurinaitis to Stephanie to Triple H, you name it. I mean, if SmackDown wasn't assigned to you of Brock Lesnar coming back, I don't know what is. I mean, and frankly, me as a fan.
Yeah, but Brock coming back is typical. We already know that playbook. That's not a new play. That's typical.
That's a sign of sad. That's a sign of disappointment.
That's a typical play, though, bro. It's a typical play from Vince.
No, it's not a typical play. It's
what do you mean? That's his plan B. That was his plan B. Randy was plan A. Randy got hurt. You do know that, right? Randy was plan A.
Yeah. I'm talking about WWE as a whole. It's in danger. We seen it when Brock Lesnar came out. This is a warning that there's no new stars being created. There's nothing being taken serious. It's a joke. It's an embarrassment. I'm getting freakily sick and tired of seeing it. I'm sure a lot of people would agree with me 100% as they watch this. It's sad. It's really sad. It's really bad, too.
Nah, man, you just have a shitty attitude for it. You gotta let it go.
No, I just see.
There is a new star.
That's all I'm
Cody Rhodes.
Clearly.
Cody Rhodes is gonna win the Rumble.
He's injured.
He'll win his
Rumble. There's no other star. There's no other main event stars. I cannot even take. There's no other money-making main event star.
Yeah, there is. There is. Of course there is.
Who?
Of course there is.
Drew McIntyre?
Theory, Drew, Sheamus.
No, they are not money-maker tiers. No, they are not.
They don't need to be money-maker tiers to be main event.
They have to.
No.
When you fighting Roman,
not at all.
That's why we brought Brock taking them in. It's sad. They have nobody building. I see Braun Breaker in the next 5, 6, 7 years, but that's 5, 6, 7 years as the next phase. Right now,
Theory's a superstar. Elias is a superstar. KO is a superstar. They have superstars. AJ Styles is a superstar. Edge is a superstar. Stop it. They have superstars.
You gotta stop.
They do need more, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. They do need more superstars. They're in desperate need of more superstars, and they need to work on bringing some people up and taking care of them and sending them up. I'm not going to disagree with you on that, but either way, we got to move on, man. We can't keep going back and forth about this.
Sell the company.
So just let it go, and After this, we get a video package of Roman and Brock Lesnar and Riddle. Now Riddle comes out and is competing versus Omos. This is a different match. It's not your typical match on Monday Night Raw. I was kind of surprised by the match in general. The match is Omos versus Riddle. It's a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Of course, we go to break first. Back from break, Riddle was cutting the promo saying he hit Reigns with like the greatest RKO of all time, but Roman hit me with the sickest spear and beat me. I let you all down, and most importantly, I let Randy, my brother from another mother, down. Fans are chanting RK Bro. Riddle says I may be down, but I'm not out. Can't challenge you, but I can win Money in the Bank. Calls Seth Rollins a punk ass. Says you did my boy Cody dirty. I think I want to hit you in the back with a ladder, bro. Out comes Omos as MVP says you've been hanging out with Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa probably because they're the only ones with the top shelf stash that you need because you're divorced with reality, cuz you will get high tonight when Omos snatches you off your feet and back down to reality. He says I'm going to get high after I raise my hand high in the air after I beat you with the 3 most destructive words. RK Bro, which I thought that was terrible. That whole segment was terrible because Omos is terrible. I didn't grade this match at all, like just because I don't want to see Omos anymore. Riddle looked okay, but he still ended up losing the match. He basically rushed in. He got a ton of shots off before Omos just shut him down with a sidewalk slam, basically tossing Riddle across the ring. Riddle was finally picking up some steam. He was going for his running forearms, gets tossed across the ring by Omos. We see the floating bro to Omos. That looked real shitty. Now Riddle calling for the RKO, goes for it. Omos catches him and slams him down for the clean win. Omos is now in the Money in the Bank. What did you think of the match and what did you rate it?
I didn't. It's basically the same thing, just different people. And what does Omos do? What is his offensive maneuvers? Always in the corner turnbuckle.
Yeah, same.
Should I say more? I say more?
After this, Seth Rollins comes out as Riddle begins to pretty much get up. Rollins coming out in his pink suit, white shoes. Rollins always knows what he's going to do next, and boom, forearm to Riddle, throwing him out of the ring like the piece of trash that he is. I'm going to start calling him a piece of trash as long as he's stealing Randy's moves because I'm sick of it. Seth Rollins tells him, sorry, I don't share aerospace with losers. And Riddle, you are the ultimate loser. First, you lost your buddy Randy. Then you lost your title match to Roman. And now you lost your spot at Money in the Bank. It did not matter if you qualified or not, because only one man on the planet has Roman's number. And you are looking at him. Roman has been ducking and dodging since I emotionally ravaged him at the Royal Rumble. I'm gonna find him eventually. I'm gonna eventually get into him. I'm gonna run into him. He can run, he can hide, but I will find him. And if you liked my last cash-in, you have not seen nothing yet. I am a visionary. I am a revolutionary. I am Seth freaking Rollins. Riddle tries to attack Rollins, but then Rollins counters, connects with a curb stomp, which I like this. I thought this set up Rollins, and even Rollins and Roman right now, they can have some classic more matches, hopefully. That at least I'm excited for. I don't mind seeing matches from them two, because we never got... That last match was, obviously, Rollins got choked out at the Rumble, if you remember. It was a good match, though. They went all over the arena. I liked the match. I can't remember. I don't think we did a show on that. We weren't doing this yet. What did you think of that match, that last match they had between Roman and Seth?
Nothing special.
Come on, that was a fun match.
From outside. It's not my style. It's not my barnyard wrestling.
But that's the way wrestling's been for like the last 20 years. So, I mean, you've been watching it since the Attitude Era, and the Attitude Era is when all that shit started. You used to love these matches.
I think you're defending the segment too much.
We used to play No Mercy, and you used to love to go to the locker room and, the top of the stage.
And you know what happened? I grew wiser and I grew smarter, and now I see clearly that this piece of shit is just another filler of wasting time.
Did you ever think about it from the other perspective, that maybe you're looking at it with eyes closed too much and just too much hatred in your heart?
I think I'm like the Matrix. I'm seeing it more clearly than you and everybody that probably agrees with you.
We're talking about two of the biggest players in the game, though.
Actually, good. Look, I'm sick and tired of seeing repetitive matches. I said it from the beginning.
Well, we haven't seen Seth and Roman too much. They got
no new stars. We've seen this shit so many times.
How many times have you seen Seth? You can't name more than 3 matches they had in the last 5 years.
Come on, if I Google it, I'll look up 3-man tag teams.
No, we're talking about one-on-one with meaning, though.
Still breaking up all the way to the one-on-one.
We're talking about one-on-one with meaning. Titles on the line. Titles on the line.
I don't want to see this shit. If people want to see it, great. I'll pass on it. I'll hit the fast forward button. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of repetitive.
Listen, I'm a Seth Rollins fan right now, so I'm interested to see where this goes at least. After this, we got Theory. He comes out to the ring as we go to break again. Back from break, we see clips from last Monday's Pose Down, which was a terrible segment. Everyone wants to know what it's like to be the protege, the chosen one, the new face of the WWE, the youngest and greatest U.S. champ ever. This is all what Theory's telling us. He tells everybody, shut your mouth. Last week, you start saying last week, and then everybody's booing him. He's saying, you guys know you love me. Last week I proved that almighty Bobby Lashley cannot touch me. No one can touch me. At this point in my career, I'm better than Bobby has ever been. I'm on levels. Boo! I'm the one with the mic. Shut up. I'll wait. Next week, maybe the 20-year Cena celebration, but it may be his celebration, but his time is up. My time is now. Well, he says that seems unfair. I say that, but I supposedly am the greatest. He said, no, I'm sorry. He's basically talking about John Cena being supposedly the greatest of all time. Starts talking about how this is the invitational pose down. Here we go. Starts posing again. Does all his stupid fucking moves again. The crowd is booing the shit out of him. The best part of this is when he took the selfie and saw Bobby Lashley behind him. And then Bobby throws oil in his face and spears him. Bobby takes the belt and the mic, says, I'm not going to ask you. I'm telling you, this title is coming home with me. Did you grade this at all?
No, I thought this was bad too, and I just realized that Theory is not unique and creative. You could tell this was all creative, and this was really, really bad. You said it yourself. We seen this last week, and now we're seeing another repetitiveness once again, and it didn't do it for me here. I'm sorry. We saw this last week.
Well, he was more of an asshole this week. I still thought he came off looking like a star tonight, but
I think it could have been a whole
I think it's the wrong mesh-up between Bobby. Like, I would have been way more interested in Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns right now. Like, for me, that's what I would have booked at least, because that's different. You don't know what's going to really happen on that one. Obviously, Roman's probably going to win, but there's still that element of, like, maybe Bobby can win. But no, instead they throw Bobby with Theory, which doesn't make any sense, because now what do? You're going to squash your new rising star, or you're going to squash your current, guy that dominates. It doesn't make sense. It's weird.
Oh,
he's not going for heavyweight titles anymore. Now he's going for just the U.S. champ. It doesn't make sense. It's weird to me. The whole thing is weird. I don't like it. I'm giving it a 1 star just because Theory's a star, but this is bad television for him. This is bad creative for him. You can't blame the star for creative's bullshit. Like, you can't. I don't care what you say.
I'm gonna tell you this. I don't really see him as a star. Okay, I don't think he's there.
He's a star.
I think there's levels to this, and he's not there for me. And if he was truly a star, I'm gonna tell you who's a star. The Miz, because you know what? I'll even give you.
Obviously, The Miz is a star. He's been in there for a long fucking time.
Hold on. Before you get all defensive about this,
I'm not getting defensive. I'm getting ready to move on to the next segment.
This product is horrible. I know you're cutting me off and moving to the next segment.
I'm not cutting you off.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Tell me whatever you want.
I'll give you a better example. Kevin Owens. I don't even like him. You know why he's a star? Because he's making this shitty storyline that he's been in for the last 2-3 months actually good. You know why? Because he's creative. Theory, you give him all this shit creative gives him, you can't even turn it around and make it good. It's horrible.
But you act if they gave the same thing to KO, like he would make it good. Come on. Like, this is pretty crap.
it is crap. But
This is crap.
KO doesn't even make it like, oh shit, it's interesting.
Yeah, but KO is not a noob. As far as in-ring ability goes, Theory is at 100 of 100 when it comes to... Just hear me out now for a second. Theory, as far as in-ring ability goes, he's 100 out of 100. But when it comes to, like, learning how to be on Raw, learning how to run storylines, all that stuff, he's, like, at a 50 out of 100 because he's a fucking noob.
No.
He's not there yet. He's not there yet.
No, he's
not there yet creatively. Kevin Owens has been doing this for 20 years, bro. You're comparing a season.
He's been doing it for 15 years.
No way, not on WWE level. Not on WWE level.
What? I'm saying in general, Theory has the knowledge, and he's been in NXT for almost 2-3 years. He has the experience.
Nah, there's a big difference between WWE and NXT, man.
Oh, man. They set you up for the cameras. You're just defending.
It's not about the cameras, man. It's not about the cameras.
Bro.
What cameras?
He has the experience, man.
Bro, you hate on every other fucking wrestler, man. Like, it never ends with you.
He's not a star. Is star, superstar? He's not there.
Tell that to me in a few years when he's still making money doing this shit. And he has world championships.
I'm not denying that. But tonight, there was no star of mine.
No, that's you. That's your right. He's a star with or without this fucking segment. That's me, though. We see a video of Judgment Day, Edge getting turned on again, which I don't even know why they show the video because we never see them actually come out to the ring and do anything with this. The Usos now coming down to the ring. We go to break. Back from break, we see the interview with Theory, Bobby Lashley. Theory's talking about Bobby Lashley deserves nothing. He wishes he could hold his championship. But I was in Adam Pearce's office and I suggested an idea that he liked. So basically, Bobby's going to have to fight in a match, in a gauntlet match. And if he wins the match, he gets his shot at Money in the Bank versus Theory for the U.S. Championship. And next, we're going to get a match, Jay versus Angelo Dawkins, which this was a surprising match. I didn't expect Dawkins to pick up the victory the way he did. The match starts off, Jay was beating Dawkins in this match. We get a clothesline over the barricade. We go to break. From break, we come back. We see, Jay basically getting his ass kicked now. Dawkins is in control. We see an over-the-top suplex to Jay. We see a kick out. Dawkins misses his stupid 360 spinning move that he does from the corner or into the corner. Jay with a nice backdrop neck breaker. That was probably the move of the match. Picks up the close two fall. Dawkins hanging in there as Jay looks to lock in. Jay goes for a frog splash, but Dawkins catches him and then takes him for a ride with a pickup powerbomb. Picks up the clean 1-2-3. I didn't like the way this finish looked, and I thought it was a little unexpected. What did you see? You probably hated this too.
I saw the same thing just like everybody saw. I saw this last week, the week before. We see Hawkins with Jimmy, Hawkins with Jay, 4 with Jimmy, 4 with Jay. Come on, we've seen this already. I'll tell you what, though. The finish was bad because as soon as he dropped from the top rope, there was a slight hesitation from Dawkins. Like, okay, do I lift you now or you're going to jump and then I'll lift you?
Yeah, it definitely was sloppy.
He knew what to do, and it was just a sloppy finish. And I didn't like the finish. Spinebuster finish. What is he, D'Lo Brown over here? What are we doing? I don't know. Definitely fucking weird. I didn't expect him to win. Because I don't know. It was just a weird finish to me. I thought it made Jay. It was just weird because
I thought it made the Usos look fucking weak, man. That the way they went out like that wasn't a strong enough finish. Now we see a clip of Ezekiel and Elias playing the guitar. They are side by side on a couch for 3. They're talking. Basically, Zeke asks Elias where he's been. He says to Zeke, I have been all over the world playing my music, but nowhere in the world is a better place to play music than in front of the WWE Universe. Hope the people remember that the WWE stands for Walk with Elias. Elias' concert is up next. We go to break. Coming back, Elias is about to start his concert, and he is interrupted by Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens smashes Elias' guitar, and Elias then knees KO in the face. KO walks away in pain. KO now limping away in pain and is met for an interview asking, are you convinced? Now, he says, yo, they're not the same person. You think I'm an idiot? He pre-recorded that thing, all right, from the Tron. He probably glued a beard on. I hurt my knee, my back hurts. Next, I'm challenging him to a match. I don't care who it is, me versus one of them. And Ezekiel pops out. KO looks like he's about to literally have a seizure. Like Jay mentioned earlier, KO is a solid fucking superstar. Very talented, very creative. So Yes, his lemonade is much better
Star.
than Theory's lemonade.
He's not a
Like, it's night and day.
Star.
Well, he's
KO's
taking
a
lemons and
star.
making lemonade.
Star.
He's taking lemon, but the problem is, yes, KO's lemonade is top grade lemonade. Theory's lemonade's not quite there yet. It's still good lemonade. It's drinkable, but it's not KO's lemonade because KO's lemonade is like,
No.
you know what I'm saying?
They're-
It's the best cup of lemonade you can buy in the land. KO is the fucking
rather
man.
have tea.
Elias, though, I was very disappointed in Kevin Owens. I was hoping that Kevin Owens would at least stay in the back for at least a couple of more minutes so that I could get the concert from Elias. Because Elias is talented. He's probably the most underrated, underutilized superstar they have on the roster right now. Now, I don't know about Ezekiel and Zeke Freaks and all this. But Elias is the fucking man. It seems like he's the new Bray Wyatt almost. Now having these multiple gimmicks. Because obviously it wasn't Sandow. They pre-recorded everything, you know. What's your take on this, the way they did this thing? Because I'm sure you were a little curious on how they were going to do it. Or what they were going to do. Now that you saw it, did you hate it?
So it's one of the worst segments I've probably seen in my life. I mean, can we just not see the fact that how fake it looked, first of all, when the promo between the two brothers were talking on the couch? Come on, man. This is so bad. I don't even know where to begin. You know, I think the worst thing that Elias ever did or WWE was shave that freaking beard off and change his gimmick. I was happy with what it was. I liked him as a heel. I just wish he got a bigger push at that run. I don't like these kind of stories. I think somebody from creative watched one too many Mick Foley VHS as a kid, you know, the Three Faces of Foley, and decided, you know what, we should have the Three Faces of Elias. And now next week we're going to see something like that because KO's in a fight. Come on. It's really bad. You know, we could always tell that the beard was fake as well. You could see the shave marks of sort of what I have going on. I mean,
the beard was pretty poorly done, yes.
It was pretty poorly done. I mean, I don't know how bad can I keep going. I mean, I don't know, man.
It was pretty bad.
I'm starting to realize also that Elias doesn't know how to wrestle. I'm starting to believe that because all I see this guy do is jumping knee strikes.
That's his move,
if you remember, like I do, the Drifter Elias that I remember from NXT in the early days of Raw, you know, I remember him wrestling, doing suplexes and stuff. There's
but that's what happens when you
even
become
from a Z.
put in these stupid WWE gimmick spots. And you put in these gimmick spots, you know, you don't get these matches. Yeah, I know. He's a good wrestler. He's a good wrestler, but he doesn't get to showcase it.
They repackaged him so bad. I just feel sorry for all parties involved. It's not even his fault. It's just creative. If you like this Ezekiel thing and where it's going, I don't know what to say.
Of course, I don't like where it's going, but I have to like it just because I am an Elias fan. I've always been an Elias fan, just like you, Drifter. I was a Drifter fan before I was an Elias fan. He was amazing in NXT as the Drifter. I thought he was going to come in and have a serious run when he first wrestled. I thought he would look, you know, I wouldn't say he wrestled like Macho Man, but he looked like a fucking jacked up Macho Man when you first saw him in NXT as the Drifter. I don't know. Whatever, I'm not rating this either. KO did a good job, made it mildly entertaining. I'm glad they took away Alpha Academy from this and they're focusing more on Elias and KO now. We'll see where this is going to go. Obviously, they're going to have another match, and apparently KO says there's a third brother now, maybe. What was his name?
I don't know. E-Rod, I don't know. It reminded me like
E-Rod, yeah, Elron.
Elrod
or Elron. Either way, this is not getting any better anytime soon. After this, we got the gauntlet match with Bobby Lashley, and he was going to take on Gable from Alpha Academy to start things up. The match actually starts with traditional wrestling. Bobby was in full control with a side headlock and a wrist lock. Gable trying to take control with a bridge and a kick up and a chop to Bobby and a shoosh in the middle of the match. Now Bobby hits the neck breaker and slaps Gable, tells him to shush before launching him off in the ring apron and chucked him into the barricade. and then he was driven hard into the ring post from the fireman carry position. Gable with a nice ankle lock submission, and Bobby was being real generous with the sale of this. Otis with a nice touch, yelling, "Tap, Bobby." Bobby then kicks Gable off. Finally, Gable hits a nice moonsault, but a kick out from Bobby. Gable hits the shush again. Now stalks Bobby, who gets up, sends Gable flying, but now Bobby and Gable have a beautiful sequence that leads to Gable tapping out to the hurt lock. And then Otis immediately comes in, runs in, attacks Bobby right away. Otis stops the count out, goes outside, attacks Bobby as we go to break. Otis yells he is the Hammer of God. Lashley going for the hurt lock. He can't get it, though. Bobby then hits the spear and gets Gable. Comes in, attacks him. Bobby then gets the win. He is destroyed by the Alpha Academy, and now comes his third opponent. Theory comes out, starts beating the hell out of Bobby. Theory goes for the A-Town, but Bobby counters with a cradle, picks up the win, and earns his shot at the U.S. title at Money in the Bank. What are you grading this, and did you even give a shit about this match at all? I like the Gable part. Him and Gable were good in the beginning. That's all I'll say. The Gable match part was good.
I'm just going to want to say I was just happy to see Otis wrestle, because I don't think I have seen him wrestle in a long time. But I don't think there was nothing special here. I think this was another time filler. This is what I mean about not making stars. So what I could say is that I like how Bobby Lashley countered the A-Town from Theory. I like that roll-up that he did. That kind of caught me off guard, like, oh shit, that's a nice counter. For when he got the win, I like that. And also the splash that Otis did on the floor when we got the thank you. But overall, I kind of knew that Otis and Gable were going to be the first two when they came out. Theory was a surprise, but I mean, we all knew Bobby Lashley was going to win, but I'll give it a 1 star just for the fact that I like that sequence where Lashley countered the A-Town. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
and
that
it was
was
good
nice.
to see Otis.
That was actually a nice spot,
Otis.
yeah.
It was good to see Otis. I'm an Otis guy. It's good to see Otis wrestle. Like I said, I haven't seen him in a long time, so
I don't
1
mind.
star.
I don't mind me some Otis, but I thought Gable shined. Obviously, he had the longest. Longest minutes with him. But
we always see him shine. You know what I'm saying? It's time for
Gable's
somebody.
still Gable, bro. Him and Otis are both phenomenal in the ring. Bobby Lashley looked good. I like that he's not talking too much, and we get to see just more action out of him. Because Bobby's actually a really good wrestler. He makes everything look good. He makes every shot look good, and it's not just because of his size. Like, he's actually really good in-ring performer. I just wish he was better performer on the mic. If he was even half as good as he is in the ring, he'd be entertaining to really watch. I'll go with you. I'll give it a 1, just because there was a couple of spots that I did like. But overall, I still think it's just a bad matchup between Bobby and Theory in general. At least in this point in Theory's career, Theory should just be having nice squash matches right now with new bucks, and even Lashley. Yeah, build him up a little bit, man. Let him it doesn't have to be squash matches. He can have some good matches with some good talent, But let him win, and let him have his run for a while before, because I feel like they might even take the belt off him right now, and I'm not a fan of that. Because do you see Otis? Do you see him? Do you see him holding the belt against Lashley?
Yes, but I'd rather let him take the loss, to be honest. I think he needs to step back a bit, get a little more experience, and then hold another belt. But
that's what I see coming anyway. That's what I see coming.
He's going to get the W, but...
That's what I see coming. I don't see him losing, man. Anyway, we get a video of a Fatal 5-Way earlier when Carmella won the match. We get an interview with Bianca about Carmella, saying she won't underestimate Carmella. I stay ready so I don't have to get ready, no matter who it is. And we see a shot of Carmella attack Belair, saying, always ready? Ha ha, ha ha ha. Better watch your back, because Mella is money. Then we see The Miz. It's Miz TV time with AJ Styles. Miz going over AJ's recent slump. AJ says, you're trying to get a rise out of me. Miz says, no, I invited you here so the young, naive students of Nebraska, can see a loser. They can get a preview of what it's like to become a failure. AJ says, is that supposed to sting? If anyone's naive, it's probably you, Miz. Obviously, you don't watch college football, because if you did, you would know that this is Cornhusker County. So now even AJ is going for the cheap pops. Then AJ starts talking about his tiny balls. He says, your tiny balls are a thing. Miz is saying, no, it's not. AJ's asking the crowd about Miz's tiny balls. Miz then says he has python-sized balls. And, he says, I'm the only two-time Grand Slam champion. The 20-year Cena guy that's coming back next week, I beat him in the main event of Mania. Me and my wife reinvented reality TV, and there's a brand new episode directly after this. I am a success, but what I want to know is what it's like to be a huge disappointment, AJ. AJ says, listen, I'm not playing your game. Things have not gone my way, but that's on me. When I get disrespected, I don't come on my little show and run my mouth like you do. I do this. Then he punches Miz in the face, and Champa comes out of nowhere and takes out AJ. I'm sure you knew there was going to be a match with AJ and Champa immediately following this. What did you think of that segment?
Repetitive. And I told you, I'm going to use this word a lot. There's nothing new here. We heard this tiny ball shit last week. Now we keep hearing it again. Repetitive.
All right. What'd you think of AJ versus Champa?
But overall, I liked how Champa came and just hit. But I guess you're going to start going into the match now, right?
Well, it was a quick match. AJ Styles versus Champa. We got a nice backbreaker to Champa from AJ. Champa with a sickening knee to the face on AJ on the apron. And now another running knee in the ring, showing everyone in the world how it is done. Every strike means something with Champa. AJ with a sick counter, showing actual great strength. Champa with a big shot to the jaw of AJ before the counter. AJ with the forearm and then the phenomenal forearm. Miz now runs in to attack AJ with the Pele kick. Counter going for the Styles Clash and hits it on the Miz. So basically, AJ picks up the win after the phenomenal forearm and then counters Miz on his way in. What'd you think of the match? Did you grade it?
Yes, I did. And I think we need to move Champa to SmackDown immediately. That's just my take on the whole thing. But I'm going to give this one star. As I see Champa, I feel more and more sorry for him every week. And tonight is probably one of the biggest nights I really do feel sorry for him. If you notice, his movesets are really, really limited. He only does knee strikes. At least the knee slaps is not so noticeable. It's a little less noticeable, so kudos to that. But I only saw 2 knee strikes as an offensive maneuver here. We used to see a lot more. I don't like the setup, how Styles just sitting from the ring apron, one forearm shot, and Champa just cannot see.
Was this his first match with AJ?
It got hit. I believe it is, but I just don't like how the setup was. If we know Champa, we know that he just plays, into, basically making sure wrestlers have the advantage, but instead he gets the upper hand. But instead of, right to the rope eyes and he couldn't see and to the phenomenal forearm, that's not the Champa we know. That's just burying him. I'd rather see him on SmackDown and put him in some sort of getting him to face some, let's say, squash matches and then get him into a program with Gunther. I think if you watch their match from NXT, we know that they could have great chemistry and it could actually rise a little stock into some Champa. But this is another bury. But I saw a star, as always, 1 star.
I don't blame you. I give it a 2 stars because, there's 2 stars in the ring. AJ is a star and Ciampa's a star. I just wish the match would have went a little longer. I gave it a 2 stars because it was a clean finish and because there was actually good moves. I didn't see any mistakes, and like I said, there's 2 stars in the ring. But Ciampa deserves better than this, just like you said. It's not the Champa we know. They're making this guy lose to AJ. But again, I guess this is maybe just a bucket list match for Champa, because on the show that they do on the WWE network, I think it's called The Bump, Champa said he's pretty much here just trying to get out a list of dream matches he has left. Obviously, even if that is a dream match of his, it didn't finish the way probably he envisioned it or he dreamed about it. So, like a match like that, I feel like that could have been the nice opening match for Raw. Maybe. Or maybe the 9 o'clock match, and they could have gone 20 minutes. there was other segments that could have been cut so that they could have had like a 20-minute banger. Like, it doesn't make sense.
There's a lot of segments that could have been cut. No offense.
It would have been so much better if it was a 20-minute banger, right? AJ gets the win anyway, but you make Champa look good, right? Like, shouldn't that be the goal? Like you said, building stars. Champa, they have a star in Champa. He's a star.
We didn't get no answers about Judgment Day. So what does that say? Creative has no
Judgment
idea
Day has
what
no
they're
answer.
doing with
Yeah,
their
they're
star.
dead.
And let's face Judgment Day. They are done. It's done. With Ripley being injured now, it really is done. And it's been done before. I said it before. When I saw Finn there as the leader, no. I'm not buying a mid guy that only won one title for one day. I'm going to believe him that he's the leader? No. Or they're so-called equal? No.
All right, let me ask you this. Let's say they still have Edge and Damian only, and then Ripley gets injured. Are they done, or they still have a chance?
No, I think they're done. They need the third person there. It can't
Third
just be
third person's Finn Balor. They're done?
What do you mean? What's the lineup you're saying? Priest and Balor? And
Edge, Priest, and Balor.
It would look good. But I would put Edge as the leader. I wouldn't just put them equally. Like, that's kind of not the right direction.
So basically, they shit the bed the moment they flip the switch on fucking leaders, and
But look what happened. They shitted the bed, right? And then these allegations came. So look at that. They might not even go the direction that McMahon wants to go. We got a different CEO now. It's a whole different ballgame.
Yes, and you know what we got for our main event? We got Becky versus Asuka. Becky immediately did what Jay hates the most, attacking Asuka while she was walking to the ring. Asuka going straight for the armbar, and now Becky counters into the disarmer, but Asuka escapes. It was a no spot to start. It was a nice spot. The whole series to start the match when they actually got in the ring was actually really nice. They had a good spot. Becky sends Asuka outside and then hits her with a baseball slide, now slamming her head off the apron a few times. Asuka looking for a superplex, but Asuka hits a code breaker that looked like a bad botch. Becky makes up for it with a stiff fist to the face, send Asuka to the outside. Back from break, Asuka takes control with some nasty shots and a serious German suplex, and a hip attack goes for the pinfall, but Becky survives with a kick out. Asuka looking for the Asuka lock, but Becky catches the Asuka lock and now counters into a standing ankle lock. Becky tries to roll out, but each time she does, Asuka steps through, keeping the pressure on. Now Becky rolls again, send Asuka into the turnbuckle. Now Becky in control. Asuka going for the powerbomb from the apron. Becky with a kick and then the leg drop, which looked good. Now Becky goes for the attack, and Asuka catches the knee to the face as Becky was jumping off the apron. Both women make it back into the ring to beat the count out. Now both women on their knees, exchanging attacks. Becky goes for the manhandle slam, and it is countered by Asuka. Becky with a disarmer. Asuka with a counter, roll up, and a big kick to the head. Pin attempt and a win for Asuka. Clean win with a kick to the dome. Raw ends with Becky Lynch. Big time baby Bex crying ringside. What did you think of the match? What did you rate it?
Repetitive. Once again, we've seen this already. The matches earlier were a lot better than this shithole that I saw. I saw an ugly code breaker that Asuka did that never hit Lynch's face at all. So I didn't see some real good spots here. I don't like how it started from the beginning, the attack. I think they did that because they were wasting a lot of time was wasted on certain segments that we just spoke about, especially the Miz TV. I think that went a little too long. Even though the squash match happened, I think it was just too long. So they wanted to really wrap this up. There was nothing special. I like how Asuka was going into the arm bar and Becky was trying to go into the disarmer, and they were kind of having their moments, but come on, we didn't see nothing special here. We saw better matches from them earlier, a few weeks earlier back. There's nothing really here. I don't like the finish. I don't like how at the end we just seen Lynch on the ground, just kind of crying, throwing a tantrum, throwing the announcers' papers and breaking it basically all apart, throwing the TVs. I do have a feeling Lynch is going to be in this match. They don't have a star in that match. If you look at the lineup, we cannot say Liv Morgan and Alexa Bliss are the main stars in this match. They're not. We need Lynch in there. I think it's another perfect timing to kill more time in SmackDown and Raw coming up. So, do we see stories coming up? I wouldn't be surprised if we see something on SmackDown or Monday night coming up next week. So,
would you rate it?
I'll give it half a star.
Oh, you're being super fucking harsh. I agree with you. It's 100% repetitive, but I was a big fan of the finish tonight. I was a big fan of the clean kick to the head finish. So for that, I'm giving it a 2-star. I gave it a 4-star if it wasn't for all the botches. Because there was a botch. That's why Becky did the stiff fucking right arm to the face to make up for that shitty code breaker that Asuka did. Because that kind of
bad.
It was really bad.
So bad.
If it wasn't for that code breaker, I probably would have given the match a 4-star. Even if it was repetitive, it was still a wrestling match. It's sad that the best match of the night was only 2 minutes long with AJ and fucking Champa, and the only reason that was the best match of the night is because we've never seen it before. Repetitive.
Is it me or the last 2 matches that Champa had? They always show replays of his moves because they look so clean, and we just seen the forearm and the knee strikes. So I don't know why they wasted.
He had the best looking move of the night for sure. With that, the only other move that looked sick was when Jay did that. The suplex, the backdrop into the neck breaker. That looks smooth too, but we've seen that so many times. But yeah, Ciampa looks so good in the ring. Every shot he does is perfection. He's a perfectionist. Him and Goldie. You know, we all know Goldie. Goldie. If you don't know Goldie, this is Goldie. He held this title many times, and he wants to hold this one too. But is he? Are they gonna let him? I don't know. I don't know.
We have to put the new one up there. He did hold the new one too.
The new what?
The recent belt they had. He held that too.
For NXT?
Yeah.
That is the new one.
That was the last. No, the new one. That's the older one. The newer model. The one that they have right now, 2.0.
It's not the same belt? It looks the same to me.
It has color and stuff. There's like color to it.
I'm not buying
it's
that
nice
shit.
though.
No, it's not. NXT's not nice.
It's a nice belt.
I'd rather buy the AEW belt. All right, real quick before we end the show, I just want to get into the fact that we didn't see Brock. We didn't see Roman. They showed us a video package earlier in the night, and I thought for a second maybe we're going to see something about this tonight. But no.
They did say tonight.
Again, this is more of the same. We've seen this so many fucking times. But like I said, this is typical WWE bullshit. And, you know, it's what I've come to expect from them because, in all honesty, over the last 10 years, Vince McMahon has gone out of his way to bury people because he doesn't want them becoming John Cena. He doesn't want them becoming The Rock. He doesn't want them becoming Stone Cold Steve Austin. He doesn't want it because then when they walk out with a lot of power. So he keeps people at bay. So I know that you're saying you want to see rising stars and you want to see new stars, but we're not going to see new stars till Vince fucking croaks. Because his mindset is, you know, we can't let somebody become bigger than us again.
I honestly gave up with this company. I don't even want to see them new stars anymore, to be honest. I think they just putting themselves in even more shithole, and every day I hear news, I laugh harder and harder. So I can't wait to hear what happens with Laurinaitis and McMahon coming up, man.
At least it gives us something to talk about. Yeah, Laurinaitis is definitely going to be the fall guy for Vince McMahon, 100%. Vince McMahon's got no shot in the world to do this by himself. That's why he has all these people that he pays a lot of money. And it doesn't matter what you hear. It doesn't matter that Vince McMahon stepped down. Even though he stepped down, do believe he is still in full creative control. And when Vince McMahon comes out there to cut a promo, it ain't no fucking bullshit. It's the real deal. Vince McMahon's coming out there to cut a fucking promo because, number one, he's a character on the show. He's not coming out there as the CEO. He's just coming out there as Mr. McMahon, which he can do whenever he wants because it's his show. And that just shows you the power that he has. He has the same power that he did yesterday or the day before when he was COO, because it doesn't matter if he doesn't have that title anymore. He's still the number one creative character. He can decide anybody's fate. He can decide who gets what, when, how, what push, what built, what reign. And as long as he's in control, that ain't gonna change, man. It's not, as long as he's alive.
All I'm gonna say is my final thoughts of tonight. All I'm gonna say is, look, I gave up. I don't expect stars. I know I said all this. I'm just trying to give him advice. But at the end of the day, I would have started off Raw a lot differently since everything's been in the news. I'm not going to take Vince's appearance on SmackDown. I thought that was actually funny because he didn't say shit, so he duped me as much as he duped you and everybody else. So it was brilliant. It was genius. It was ratings. The ratings were off the roof. But I would have started off Raw as Stephanie McMahon coming out and basically saying welcome to Monday Night Raw, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to talk about anything. Just welcome us to Raw. We got a great show. We're in Nebraska. That's it. Milk the crowd, and that's it. Be gone. I would have started Raw like that. That way we know for a fact that, oh, shit, Stephanie come out. We know that she's the boss and means business. Now that I see McMahon, it kind of fears me what you're saying. And we all know that he's going to be the puppet master behind all this. And I'm not on board for it unless there's new creative writers.
I called it on SmackDown. I said I wouldn't be surprised if we see him on Monday Night Raw and every other show.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm not surprised at all.
I think that the last time we were seeing will probably be that Monday John Cena. I can't see him after.
You can't lie, Jay. No matter what happens, you love Vince McMahon with all your fucking heart. He provided you with some of the biggest years of entertainment of your life, and you have to respect him, man. You have to. You know you respect him. If you were in a room with him, you would not shit on him. You would respect him. You would shake his hand. Would you shake his hand?
Listen.
Would you?
I think you're making it seem like I got some vendetta against him.
No, I'm asking you just in general. Like, Vince McMahon gets love no matter what, right? Like, if right now Vince comes in the room, if he walks into your kitchen, right, you're not going to give him a hug? It'd be like, Vince, come on, man.
I'm not a groupie. I'm not going to give him a hug. I'll give him a handshake. I ain't going to give him a hug. But
I'm going to give Vince McMahon a hug if he goes to give you a hug?
I don't want people to think that I'm bad-mouthing the guy. I'm not saying that he's not I'm not saying he's not a genius. I'm just saying that you got to look at a bigger, broader picture. I'm looking at it as that, and I'm just stating the facts. And I would have started off Raw, like I said, with Stephanie McMahon. I would have started a lot differently, but we got all these stupid segments that lasted long. We saw a great, talented rising star in Champa that never got a break, and we saw Theory, a rising star, doing basically the same shit as last week. So, it's really, really, really bad. Now that we lost not only Randy Orton, Cody, now we lost Rhea Ripley.
What do you expect to see out of Stephanie McMahon in the next couple of weeks or months?
I just, like I said, I would rather just have her introduce us to Raw tonight. I don't want her to explain anything, not even I'm the new boss. I just rather have her open the show. I thought it would have been a lot rating proof, especially when it's...
All right, so let's just take some guesses. When do you speculate that we're going to see her get back in the mix on TV?
I think when shit really hits the fan, like news-wise, like something bigger than what's going on from McMahon and Laurinaitis, then I think shit.
You don't want to put a month on it?
I can't tell because there's always new things popping up. I just think when shit really hits the fan, then we'll see her on TV.
I think by Survivor Series max, we will see her before Survivor Series, I think. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know because there's a lot of
because the promotional work for WrestleMania it starts at Survivor Series. The second Survivor Series ends, they start hyping up the Rumble, and it's all about that WrestleMania road to WrestleMania. It's a long road. They need a lot of work.
There's just a lot of allegations. It's from board of directors to McMahon, Laurinaitis.
It don't matter. Listen, if you really knew the stuff that Vince McMahon has gotten away with over the last 40 years, this is nothing compared to what he's already buried under the rug. So, to me, he has his fall guys. Nah, not even close. If anything, all it is it's PR, bro. It's PR. And Vince doesn't care.
Thing. Somebody ratted him out, man. Maybe some former employee.
We haven't heard anything yet, man. I guess we gotta wait. I guess we have to wait because at this point,
I believe it because it was an agreement.
It's
all true.
I'm sure. Listen, man. The general rule in life is wherever there's smoke, there's fire, right? Like, so yeah, it is what it is.
Oh, it's paperwork there, point blank. So
it don't matter.
It is what it is.
There's been other point blank paperwork, and he's gotten away with it. We'll see what happens.
What I'm gonna rate the whole show, half a star.
Half a star. Well, that was Monday Night Raw, folks. You've been watching Wrestling with Savage. This is Jay. Jay, thank you for being here. Hopefully, we can get you back on here for tomorrow night. We'll see some NXT.
Probably the best show. Probably the best show going on.
Yeah, let's see what's going on tomorrow night. I'm not too excited about Tony D'Angelo, but there should be some good matches to talk about.
Zion Quinn,
and then, of course, we have
future.
AEW Dynamite coming up on Wednesday night. Make sure that you tune in. Follow us on YouTube. Like this video. Share it. Check out the website, WrestlingWithSavage.com. There's going to be some new t-shirts next week, including Jay's famous list shirt.
On the list.
On the list. It's coming. It's coming right now. This is my cousin. This has been Wrestling with Savage. Peace out. Everybody have a good night.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, brought to you live by the champ. A last
Zion
ride
Quinn.
straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins.